OG Froze TV. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, man. Still playing the same game. That's all I see. They still playing the same game. They want y'all to get out there and vote, march, protest, stop your kids from having an opportunity to bootleg and the RuPaul. They want y'all to get out there and they want y'all to vote so they can let in some more illegals and they ain't got nothing for you. You got Fat Boy. Roly Poly said he going over there to Ghana to talk about reparation. Ghana got gold, oil, and everything in other kind of jewelry. They're gonna release some of that gold and jewelry they got over there, Fat Roller. Why don't you tell him that, Fat Boy? Tell him get some of that land that they put our ancestors on them ships since they say we Africans. I'd like to know when can you vote since you're African? When can you run for president? I'd like to run for president of Sierra Leone. How about the Congo? If not, we can hit them with that shock and awe. I don't care what they do with it. Boy, they know they running a mean scam on y'all, boy. You got Fat Roly Moly talking about reparation way over there in Ghana like they finna pay some reparation. He ain't talking about that CBC. He ain't talking nothing about them CBC, the monkeys and clowns. But y'all look like some real monkeys and clowns. Y'all bet y'all wish y'all passed that George Floyd bill and that John Lewis bill, but you couldn't pass one without the urge, so you wasn't gonna get it passed. Now you suffer the consequences of playing the game. I thought they just told y'all couldn't vote, though. Now they telling you to come out and vote. What kind of game these people playing, man? I just want to know what kind of games are y'all playing. Now you telling them that they ain't got no representative, and the representative that they got don't never bring nothing back. They don't get none of their federal dollars back. They don't get none of nothing. Everybody gets something. The farmers done got over 48 billion. I'm quite sure they broke the tenure union, the teachers union off, and every other thing that's unionized. But you ain't got no black head fund manager. Because they think you financially illiterate. Now, I would listen to Brian Allen. Now, that's who y'all need to listen to, man. I know I said don't listen to none of them RuPaul shows, none of them so-called Golden Girls shows. But I advise y'all to go to Netflix and look at Brian Allen talking about what Dr. King's wife talked to him about. And that's what it's all about. Now, these people that telling you to look one way, don't look the other way, then they some real clowns. They trying to make some noise about nothing. That man said, hey, man, you ain't got to go to the SEC or the ACC. You could go to one of them blue state schools. Nah, man, them people trying to trick you out. And he said going to Chicago. I like to see that. I like to see that because Chicago flip red ain't playing no games. I hope they go show up at the NAACP and ask them what have they done in the last 60 years. But that, besides the civil rights bill, nothing. And they had a chance to prevent that bill from ever being effective. They'd have passed that John Lewis bill, but they couldn't pass that John Lewis bill because they said one Caucasian just said for to say no. Then that the case when no bill got through ever in there. Joe Biden, Jim Clapper said he know Joe Biden. Soon as Joe Biden got in office, he flipped the script. He said, look at him. Y'all gonna have a black and brown coalition. I don't want to have no discussion with y'all. Yeah, that's what he told him. But Jim Clapper said he know Joe and Joe know him, but didn't get nothing for his community. Definitely didn't get nothing for his district. These people are playing y'all like y'all monkeys and clowns, man. They still trying to play y'all like y'all monkeys and clowns, man. Like y'all woke up this morning and became slow. Let me tell you something. If your child play for the SEC, play for the SEC. Huh? If he play for the ACC, play for the ACC. You go get your scholarship, you go get your NIL money. Ricky Smiley, the NAACP, Steve Harvey, D.L. Hewley, and ain't none of them, and I mean none of them, gonna give you no income, ain't got no college to send you to get you no degree behind you. These people are playing y'all like y'all clowns and suckers. What they want y'all to do is try to trick y'all like this is all about them being redistricted. But it's all about them want y'all to get out there and vote so they can let the illegals in the back door again. That's all about. You see what they doing up there in New Jersey, claiming that they on hunger strike by illegal aliens. You feel me? Now the Democrats really want to pack the court. They say they want to put 21 judges up there to make a simple decision. But you've been living with these same judges for the last hundreds of years. It's the same exact amount. And it wasn't nothing wrong then, it ain't nothing wrong now. Yeah, hi, bruh. Yeah, man. Yeah, you got any questions you can ask me. Yeah, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It's all free. It don't cost you nothing but to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Share it around, man. Yeah, but man, they got me laughing, man, how they trying to play our people, man. They trying to play our people for slow. The NAACP say, if any of y'all know Chicago Flip Red, let them know that the NAACP say they coming up there to have a meeting. They ain't coming up there to have nothing. APAC done been bought them out. Hmm? And on their mission statement, they say they represent every other community except their own. So I think they need to call the murder community code. They damn sure trying to get y'all all in a frenzy, all excited about voting. But they ain't telling you, you ain't got no tangibles. Now it's all about them keeping a job. Yeah, don't you want to see me get back in the office to do nothing? I be the inside trade. I be to send my children to private school, private college, and everything. Don't you want to see that for me? That's just how I'm representing you. Because if you gonna get anything, you ain't gonna never get nothing. Yeah, you remember what the great Clapper said? Hey man, you ain't getting that, man. You ain't got to worry about no reparation. You ain't getting that, man. But they were telling you before then, yeah, man, put us in offer, we'll get it to you. But they ain't gonna get it. We'll get you a study. They still ain't got that neither. Boy, as soon as they lost the president, what they came out with all them women talking about, yeah, we gonna put in 5 for HR for, but it don't take number one in the House to representative what Fat Roller Polis said now. So how y'all gonna be the largest caucus up there and y'all allow somebody not to vote the way y'all want them to vote? I don't care how many of them is. They say, hey man, we ain't gonna vote for none of y'all policies, then ain't gonna vote for none of your policies. That's how they gonna go, buddy. Well, no, this bitch, it'll be locked down. That's what it'll be. It'll be locked down, man. It'll forever be locked down. I see they locked it down for to try to get the illegals in here, not to pay ICE. I see they did that. They even put people's lives at risk flying in them planes and stuff. Yeah, they didn't care. Their number one goal is for some reason to try to get illegals in. They want y'all to get out there and vote again for nothing. They don't have no policy, like I told you they don't. They don't have nothing for you, but it's a lot of pipe dreams and dreams. That man done said he going way over there to Ghana 514 out about some conference on a conference. Now they doing another conference. Boy, they got me laughing, boy. Boy, they trying to play y'all hard for these illegals, boy. They really is. Now all of a sudden the CBC upset about redistricting. And they the same one with jurymen. They the same exact party that were doing all the jurymen. Now they flipped on them. Now they upset. They want y'all to come out and support them. They want y'all children to go boycott all the SEC and ACC schools. And they'll be the first, if they brought back Jim Crow, they'll be the first one on the plane, them and their children getting up out of here. You best to believe that. You think they care something about you? You think they'll stay here and fight? Them cowards will be on the first flight up out of here. Same thing like they here trying to play y'all for real sucker. They want y'all to go vote so they can allow some more illegals in here to replace you. That's what that is. They bosses done told them, George Soros and APAC done told them we need cheap labor. We need cheap labor. We need to fill up the prison because we can, but we don't need to stop the drugs coming in or the prostitution that's going on or the sex working that's going on in every city and every state. Now, we don't need to stop that. We just need to stop you people from making any progress. Because we ain't getting you none of your federal dollar back, which you paid taxes for the last 60 years without any representation. They wasn't representing you. They ain't got damn policy put. They can't show you not one policy they got through that benefited the FBA lineage community. I'm black and I'm proud. They can't show you now. They cannot show you now. They were struggling to get the HBCU some money. They can't show you nothing that they did in the last 60 years with receipt and say, we done this. The only thing they gonna tell you, we been up there fighting the other party, did not kick the can down the road. I don't know why they doing us like that. They don't show us that they don't need all that. They can just write it out. That the commander in chief can just write it out and get it, and just give us that reparation if they want to. Now they want y'all to come out there and act like fools. They trying to bring pride money in the Juneteenth. So on November 28th, y'all should return these people that favor, man. And especially when it come to your children getting an education and some NIL money, y'all should really show them to favor. But they won't go to the pro athletes with that. You know why they won't go to them with that? Because they'll tell them where they go get on and get off at. Yeah. They just support you in name only. Man, you better go take your ass to college, man, and get you a degree and get that NIL money and better invest that. Get you some real estate. Get you something that's going to continue to bring you income in. You need 7 different ways of making income. I advise you to go do that. But listen to the NAACP or the CBC, you're the biggest clown and the biggest fool in the world. Y'all don't listen to them long enough. 92%, 78%. You ain't doing them but looking one way. You ain't doing them but looking one way. You won't even think about coming to the middle and looking to the right. Boy, I tell you, they just want to bring in some more illegals. They got y'all all in the butt. But they ain't told the people. I thought they were with the Black and Brown Coalition. I thought they were with POC. Where them people's at? Why them people didn't come out and do the meeting with them? But you go look at the other people's people that's in the House of Representatives. Go look at the Hispanic representatives, see what they say. Or the Latinos representatives, see what they say. They represent Latinos. And go look at another group, they're gonna say they represent their group, but not our group. Our group wanna, we are the world, we are the children, we wanna save everybody else except our community. And we wanna help everybody except our community. Because we don't never bring up no laws, we don't never bring up no legislation to help our community. We don't want no artists on the bank to make sure our community be getting the right percentage of investment. Nothing. Brian Ellis said he asked Obama wouldn't do it. No, he wouldn't do it. So he was raised by a racist white woman. So I guess he got that in it. He got that venom in him. You know what I'm saying? For the FBA lineage community. They ain't got the audacity to put a picture on Instagram. Would you vote for me? No, man, that's over with. That fake Camelot is over with. The people ain't doing them and getting in the office and selling FBA lineage straight to F out. That's all they doing. They can't show you no law. They can't show you no legislation. They can't show you nothing. And they really expect y'all to go out there and vote for them November the 28th. They really do. But they ain't got no tangibles. They ain't got no policies. They ain't got nothing that can help and improve your community. Definitely not your children. And then told you to throw your children on the bus and tell them not to go get a degree, NIL money, like you a millionaire. What y'all need to do is call the NAACP and ask them what job they got for you. Call the CBC and ask them what job they got for you. That way you can get, I bet you they won't even give you, what they call that, apprenticeship. They won't even give you apprenticeship in the NAACP or the CBC. They won't give you an apprenticeship. You won't even be in the room when they talk. You get to see all the backroom dudes and all the selling out that they do in your community. That's all you gonna see. Don't nobody want to compete with us fair and square. No, the people feel like they brought us here to be indentured servants forever. Yeah, for real. And them clowns in suits sitting up there going right along with it, like them folk like them. Boy, that thing got me laughing when that thing backfired on. Boy, that Nancy Pelosi walking out of there like she sipping on Kool-Aid, boy. Huh? She get out of there. Joe out of there, sleepy Joe out of there. Huh? They know that what they laugh wrong, boy. And they were gonna make a stamp on that thing. Now these people done came back trying to get y'all upset about ICE, about the jurymen that they was doing all over the United States. And they still, even when they were jurymen, they still wasn't doing nothing for the community. Look at the community, still look the same. It still look the same. It still look the same. The schools ain't no better. Huh? They still got them failing teachers in y'all district. Children can't read at a 5th grade level, man. Come on, man. The fake pastors ain't open up no daycare, ain't open up nothing. They, instead of them being 501c3, them should just be 501 And they think we not educated or got any sense or financially literate enough to know what game that they playing. Let me advise y'all all something, man. All y'all get y'all a passport, man. So you can be able to travel the world and see how it being played out over the world, the same game. Then they want to go take you way over there to Ghana like that's a democracy country. That ain't no democracy country. They were willing to go against Ibrahim Traore, man. They were willing to invade that man country with ECOWAS, man. Talking about when they get to D-Day, they get the order, they gonna go. They were gonna do that for France, man. Because France want to keep control of them 14 countries that they got over there with the same money denomination that they using. And they take half of them people money. That France been stealing out of there, man. Stop listening to these clowns in suits, man. No tangible, no vote. They ain't got nowhere, nothing to show you. And you been showed, and the Asian done showed you that you don't have to do no study to get no policy through. Boy, that thing got me laughing. They couldn't get the George Floyd policy bill through. They couldn't get the John Lewis bill, but they got the Asian bill through with no study or no discussion about it. So what the point of y'all being up there then? And what the point of y'all having the largest caucus if y'all can't never get that through? Y'all supposed to be up there flexing y'all muscle, telling, hey, if this don't go through, won't nothing go through this year. It'll be a sit out year for everybody, but they more DNC than they in anything. They got a big tent. Yes, sir. The number one job is to keep the people in power that been in power and to keep them prospering like they been prospering. And to get them borders open. And that's what they want y'all to get out there and vote for. That's just like the Democrat running down there in Texas. Y'all, I know y'all sitting that out. I know y'all sitting that out. But boy, I can't wait to contact them peoples up there, Chicago flip red up there. And like I told them, our people so used to being manipulated and used, they don't know nothing else. All the radio stations and the money, they all liberal. They all liberal. Knowing that them children are sitting up there telling that bald-faced lie, knowing that them people ain't got nowhere for them children to go and ain't got no money. They're not gonna give them no internship or nothing with them. But they love to tell you if you listen to them people, then your kid deserve to get what he get. He deserve to get what he get. He or she, they deserve to get what they get. Talking about some damn boycott. But you can't make professional boycott. And you didn't go ask them to boycott. Hmm? There's a reason why you didn't go ask them. Them grown men. They know the games you playing. Hmm? And if they had a passport and if Jim Crow came back, they'd be the first one out of here. Those are natural born cows, or they'll stay up north. Yes, sir. And y'all 7-8% that'll be ashamed of yourself. Y'all ought to be a dear shame of y'all. And I know y'all community ain't changed. And I know y'all children can't read at a 5th grade level. And y'all gonna keep voting for that? You just gonna keep voting for your people to be led. And people just trying to trick y'all so they can try to deny ICE any funding and to open up the border. That's all they want to do. You look at all them states out west, man. Them ain't number narco states. Them ain't nothing but narco states. They don't want you to clean them up. They want to keep sending them NGOs out there collecting money so they can get some money under the table. That way they can go up there and gamble a little bit on the stock market. That's how the circle of the game goes. That's how they playing the game and trying to play y'all to vote for them. Mhm. I'm surprised they ain't scared up the Caucasians to try to get them to vote for them. Sooner or later they got to try to stir up something to get the people to vote for 'em. Oh boy, if they can get some injustice going on right now, they ain't sure nothing wrong with that. I told y'all need to vote. Vote for what? You ain't doing nothing when you get to vote. You've been getting the votes for the last 60 years playing that gerrymandering game. It just karma came back and hit you in the face. Mm. You've been up there 60 some years, man, and your district ain't changed. John Clyburn been up there 33 years, married to a Caucasian lady. You saying children mix, and that's the reason why you can't get representation, because your children would be not able to get reparation. But they already got a family inheritance and all that. He was trying to get them to put them solar panels on their property and everything and continually get money and all that. See how the game they play? They only there for them and their family. They not there for you and your family. They ain't never been there for you and your family. They just want to keep tricking you and try to boo you up and scare you. Oh man, this gonna happen. That gonna. But now they telling you you can vote. Just last week ago, you was saying no, they took their vote. Now they ain't took their vote. Oh man, this a big sit out, man. November the 28th, man. They should go 0-60, man. And I can't wait till we get rid of this fake up him we got up here in Georgia, man. He the biggest hypocrite I ever seen. How you gonna serve God and the devil? You can't serve God and the devil. Mm. Oh, okay, you getting some more people. Well, get some more people then, man. Hey, how y'all doing? Come on in, man. I've been screaming over 40 minutes today, man. Trying to drop some knowledge and wisdom on y'all to get some understanding, man. I was on Charlie Global earlier, man, breaking down this thing to y'all. Y'all need to sit back and watch these people, man. And I know y'all got AI. Go to government.gov, man, and look at your district, see what district you're in, and see who been representing you, who your representative is, and see what they brought back to you with federal dollars and investments and jobs. So you wouldn't need them jobs if they go ahead and audit them banks. Where them banks have to give you a loan where you can start your own company. Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about that. They don't think you got sense enough to run your own country. I think you got a green. They don't care if you die with your green. Yeah, they don't care. That's why I tell you get out them streets. Ain't nothing in them streets, man. Best thing you get is your education. Go get you a college degree. Yeah, man. You better get into science, man. Computer science, man. Get you a computer science degree, man, and do something with your life, man. Hopefully you'll save up enough, you'll be financially literate enough to save up some money for the next 10 years, man, and you become a millionaire, man, and make the right investment with them ATLs. You'll be all right. I'm not no financial advisor. I'm just saying. So I don't want you writing on this app talking about, yeah, what you hear now, no. You see what's going on around the world, man. Them people went transgender around the world, man. They over there threatening them African countries still, man. You see the Pope yesterday say he want to be forgiven. How can you be forgiven and you ain't got no restitution? Huh? When everything else bad happened to every other race, they get restitution. But that's the same thing they did with Ukraine, man. When they had them kids over there going to African country going to college, they were kicking them in the butts and kicking them off the train, man. They wouldn't even let them on the train, man. Then when it got to the end, the one that do the cooking and stuff, he two-faced and fake as fuck. He gonna say, yeah, we're gonna have to all get along. Now we're gonna have to all get along. But you know the people had to walk from the middle of Ukraine all the way to the end of the border to get in. They got and go say they lied. Cause them people didn't want to go out there and die for nobody to put them out there as a so-called gutter fire. You know what I mean? Nah, man, let them folk fight their own war. They don't want to fight your own war. But you ain't had to kick them children off the train and everything. Go back and look at when the first two train wars started out. Look at how they treated them African kids over there. Their own country didn't want to speak up to go get their kids, man. Then they want to get on here and want us to sit here and listen to all this silliness and food. Same thing they say. They still say they got slavery on the continent, but they won't go over there and put a stop to it. Yeah, you could put a stop to it. Yeah, you could put a stop to it quick. hmm Yeah. One thing I know, once they get to seeing their children in slavery and all that, they change their mind real quick. They change their mind real quick. I promise you they would. Yeah, man, doing the other to you will have them doing to you. And I don't know how the clown still think he gonna be a senator. You feel me? You serving two master, boy. Mm. Yeah, I like to ask him, boy, what you here, pro-life or pro-choice, boy? But you up there in that pulpit playing them games. That ain't what that book say, boy. That ain't what that Bible say. You trying to serve two masters. Money hungry, greedy. Mm. Mm. But he's scared to take that same church and open up a daycare. Mm. Yeah, he won't take that church and open up a daycare. I don't think you got to do it. Make it 501c4 and make it a daycare. And make it put a learning system in there where the church can learn how to operate computers. They say up there in Brooklyn, them Democrats up there in Brooklyn say the blacks up there don't know how to operate a computer. They don't know how to go get their ID. They don't know nothing up there. I'm like, no, man, I know they ain't that intelligent because they up there with Wall Street where all the money made. They financially illiterate. I don't get that neither. All of them want to be fake gangster and go straight to a dead end. But you got all that money on Wall Street made in the daytime. It's trillions made up there. But you don't want none of that. You want them crumbs in the streets? Oh, okay. Yeah, you real bright. You real bright. Them days are over with, ladies and gentlemen. And somebody need to tell the CBC and the NAACP, the National Association of Coon People, and the coon people that be wearing them suits, that all that game is over, man. Trying to trick somebody to vote so they can open up, help out their leaguers, but they don't want to help you out. They want you to go do the protesting and the hard lifting. But then when they get elected, first thing they say, Black and Brown Coalition, POC, People's of Coalition. What about DEI? What about all that? What about all that? You ain't talking about DEI at the bank. You ain't talking about DEI at the federal level. Huh? You ain't talking about DEI when it comes to all them investment that them union dudes being paid. You ain't talking about making 15, 20%, 25% of FBA lenders being head funds managers. You ain't talking about nothing. You ain't in the room with a real paper being discussed. And they ain't talking about nothing. They go for advertising money. They go for military money. They go for any kind. You've been paying tax over 60-some years without any representation. And they still want you in the blind to try to help somebody else instead of your community. Still want you chasing that banana. Come out way over there. Gunner can't get nothing dead on no reparation. Because just like the Pope said, he apologized and he ain't gave up nothing. They ain't gonna get nothing. And just like I said, they owe reparation also. So they call themselves getting ahead. Now, when them Caucasians come out and tell the truth, that oh no, buddy, y'all was a part of it too. Y'all the one went and got them people for us and brought them to the shit. I'm gonna see what they gonna say, because they're gonna have milk all over their face now. Yeah, them same chiefs over there that claim to be chiefs over there in them tribes over there. Y'all know they still playing them tribal game. That's why they still allowing slavery going on in the country. Talking about they Muslim and Christian. You can't be no Muslim and Christian. You over there letting people being enslaved, and you can put a stop to it. Ain't no way in the world. You lying on religion. You just want to use to keep somebody docile and feminized. That's all that is. They want women playing in men's sports and want men in women bathroom. And open up the border. Huh? That's y'all playing. CBC, the NAACP. Oh, okay. Yes, my advice to you, they ain't got no tangibles. And we know they don't need to do no HR 40 study. They can just write the check, then just sit out. Yeah. No tangible, no vote. Yeah. Because we not no POC. And we not no Black and Brown Coalition. I ain't never known the brown community do anything for the Black Coalition. As a matter of fact, they was out there in California talking about how they can kick them out and block them out of businesses. That's the only thing they talking about. They want all the food on the table. They don't care if you starve or don't eat. Y'all better wake up and smell the culture, coffee, and watch these folk. Sit back and observe them. Watch them. Don't go by quick, but what they say, go by what they do. If they don't do nothing, then they ain't talking about nothing. Yeah. And you can do the women the same way. You sit back and watch them too. With all that fat talking. Like they from the hood. Them people ain't from the hood. All them people come out them suburbs, man. Them people was sent to private school. They took the easy route. I got a degree, what quick way I can get paid. Oh, I go join in the CBC and one of these organizations, I get paid quick. Tell me I come out like I'm a fighter for my community. And then when they get elected, don't nothing change. They gonna come back and tell you that they didn't vote for it. But how many did you vote for? Like you can't look all that information on government.gov. Go look at how many bills the CBC helped other people pass up there. Hmm? Man, they got me laughing. I like the way Nancy plays y'all though. She plays y'all like some real. Now her children gonna have billions for generation after generation with all them investments she got. Yeah. Jane Clapper, talking about Joe know you. Joe act like he ain't even know you. You was a boy when he got elected, boy. Hmm? You couldn't speak up for the HBCUs or nothing. You couldn't even speak up for your own district. Boy, I tell you, y'all got me laughing. Now, what they gonna tell you, we gotta go by seniority. Seniority ain't got nothing to do with getting bills passed. That's all game too. That's all game. Seniority come to decide what committee you gonna get in, so they can put their wife or their husband to work at a private company that represent what they supposed to be. See, the Supreme Court should investigate all them up there with all that insider trade and all they husband and wives up there working for the murder companies that lobbying the Senate and all that. They should investigate them. Yeah, man, get them out from up there. They want all the money, all the glory, and they want to leave you stuck. But I ain't talked again to tomorrow. FBA, ladies and gentlemen, black and proud. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, man. It's all free. Good night, good afternoon, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow, man.